Uh, as far as this goes, though, the last known person to have created these books, was Octomenos. Considering that it stated that the sword that was in the same gauntlet was made by Octomenos, you'd be willing to bet that he probably made the books. So maybe there's something here about that in the library.
Does it say if I have to speak or write the activation word?
It says that the user would write the activation phrase into the book. The phrase should disappear and then give the book its actual purpose.
So at that point, I'm going to write both my own name and Octomenos' name in the book and see if that does anything.
You do that, but it does not do anything.
Worth a shot.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Write it down.
You have fun doing that with your own book. So is that all I'm gleaming from that book, and I'm looking on for other ones at this point?
Correct.
Yeah, I'll do that fun part.
Alright, go ahead and Jared roll him another search. This time he's looking actively for information on Octomenos. Tate, as far as you go, which book do you want to read first, and what exactly are you looking for in it?
Well, I want to check out the races of the world.
Alright, and what exactly are you looking for in there? Just reading in general, or is there any information you want particularly from that book?
Generally, I'm looking for coastal races that could be akin to mine, because I'm imagining the food that I ate down there at the dining hall was essentially like lots of coastal food. Like,
Okay.
Caught fish, stuff like that. Small game, berries.
Roll a search. Or not search, roll a gather information.
Right.
Lamb's plus 4 on search.
What was that? Oh yeah, Lamb
Yes.
needs a search.
So you got 16.
Okay. Tate, you find that there is... It's not really talking about any kind of race that lives coastal. It's... Throughout this, it's talking about whenever you're skipping around looking for coastal information, it's mostly talking about how there are cities, some of which you've heard of, like the large human city, or the one you were just at being Duranch, that live on the coast, but it's not saying any race forces itself to live on the coast in this book. But at one point in it, you see that it's talking about making coastal races, or that not making that. There's a theory that there are coastal races, but that there is not enough information to put it into this book, and it's instead been placed into Research Notebook 14-A.
Which probably Gnome has access to.
You haven't looked through the library to see if that book is in here. And you also have 3 other books in front of you.
Next one I'm gonna check out is Foods of the World.
And you're looking for what exactly?
To kind of tie the information in, the same thing, pretty much. Just like, where in the world did this tiny squid come from?
All right.
Squid, like
you're
sushi, raw fish, stuff like that.
As you're reading this book, and it's talking about different foods that are known to be eaten. Again, it's not really saying anything for I know what you're looking for. Instead, it's just talking about where you can find certain foods and how they're prepared in different places. As far as like the little squids and whatnot, that's mostly more out in the ocean. So it's definitely not something someone is catching in their backyard pond. It's definitely coming from fishermen that are going a good ways out into sea or ocean.
He's just mainly curious because he's like, what the hell did this place just make me eat, and why was it so delicious?
Sure.
As well as the, why the hell was his bed crazy royalty bed and not earthen, like, tree bed?
Sure. As far as the location, it's saying that a lot of that stuff is typically acquired more to the east of where you're at now. It doesn't say east of where you're at now, but like where you're at now, it's saying it's to the east of this continent.
Roger.
Swapping back over to Lamb. Lamb, you find a book that is all about interesting people. One of which, almost an entire, a section about interesting people. And pretty much an entire book is about Octominos.
I'll probably grab both of them and just start going through the book first.
I misworded initially. There's only one. There's a book all about Octominos.
Oh, yeah, then I'll start going through that.
Okay. So you grab that book and you go and sit down and roll me a gather information.
And I have a +7 on that. Now watch me get like a 4.
20.
You rolled a 13, so much better than rolling a 4. So 20. You skim across the, so to say, index, and you start skimming through the book until you find what you're looking for. Before I say much more, though, roll me a straight knowledge, I guess? Would you say it's a straight... Well, I guess the spot might work, too. Or gather information. What would you say it is if you were reading something and you were catching similarities or differences?
Gather information.
Okay, so yeah, another gather information.
Gather information or like history, but history doesn't exist.
You got
I guess
you
we
rolled a
could
16 this time.
Why would you say
Well,
that?
shit, that's 23.
A lot of the writing in this book is very similar to the other books you were looking at. It changes over time, and it's essentially... It's a thing that dawns on you that these are handwritten. They're very nice, but they're handwritten. But they're probably written by the same people. There are little bits to each different stylization of writing, though, that stays similar.
So there are minute differences, but overall the structure is the same. Marcus, you're muted.
There we go, sorry. I'm good, right?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I had to delete something that was typing accidentally, and I forgot. Not for some reason. The delete button is also my mute button for Mumble.
Yay. So I'm
Anyway.
guessing none of the books say who wrote them.
No, none of the books are saying who wrote them. But that's what you noticed. But as you're noticing this, you do get to the spot, though. And you should write it down. But it says that, for some reason, Octominos seems to have a enjoyment out of making passwords or catchphrases that don't really pertain to him, but as if it did. And a list of words that could somehow be involved in, or a list of phrases that could somehow be involved is him saying that I like to eat, I'm wearing my blank, I like to eat blank, I'm wearing my blank, I used to live in blank, my real name is blank, and my favorite game is blank. And another list of items. No, I want another gather information after that. Shit.
19.
One of the big items that seems to be in a long list of items, in terms of the clothes, is something about a top hat, spectacles, a monocle,
Sunglasses?
no, not sunglasses.
Damn.
I was about to say items that don't exist, technically. I was going to say, like, a t-shirt, and I was like, well, I mean, it exists, but not that I'm thinking of. We'll just go with those three. Monocle, top hat, and spectacles. Those three are things you think that's a weird thing to put into this book. Into this list.
Right.
One is like a gauntlet, and you're like, well, yeah, that's weird since he's magic, but I mean, it's a gauntlet. Another was like
Well,
a
I mean, we did
satchel,
run
and
into,
you're
like-
well,
We did run into Paw's Gauntlet or whatever the hell it was.
right. And then another was like a satchel, and again, it's like, well, I don't really see him using that, but at the same time, he could hold his shit in it, so he could. But then you're like a top hat. He's got those horns, and monocle and spectacles. He don't wear nothing on his face. Why would he wear spectacles or a monocle if he isn't blind? So there you go.
Alright, yeah, I'll just start trying to jot some of the combinations of those things. See if any of those actually work, but it's very unlikely. Even my character probably knows that.
Alright, you gonna jot those down in real life, or...
No, he's gonna like start trying random combinations. He's probably gonna first go through like the wearing the top hat, the monocles, and the glasses thing, but...
So, tell me what he writes first.
So it's like, what was it? Like my favorite thing to wear was like blank was one of them.
I'm wearing my blank.
Yeah, I'll probably go with that one and the top hat and then the monocle and then the spectacles. And barring those, then
You got it right the third time. You said glasses. That's what I was making sure. 'Cause, yeah. When you write in, I'm wearing my spectacles, all of a sudden, the ink from that phrase sinks into the page.
Oh, hey.
I visibly lock up. Like I just stop moving right after I finish that, afraid to put the goddamn pen back down.
Get it? Spectacles for reading? I'm wearing my spectacles. Yeah. I threw the monocle in there to hopefully be a red herring, but anyway.
So at that point, I'm just waiting for anything to happen. So
Nothing
you wanna move on
happens.
to
It's just the ink sinked in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it time and just see if something happens for a while.
Okay. Back to Tate then. Tate, do you do anything, or is there anything information-wise you want right now, or are you good to just... Your characters do have a few days, so if you want, he could probably just pack up the books and go to bed.
Yeah, I think she's gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay. So you grab your books, and do you head out without Perthros or with Perthros?
I do tap Perthros on the shoulder. Hey, it's getting kind of late. We've been down here for quite a while. We should probably turn in. It almost feels
True
like
enough, I suppose.
an extra hour
Someone might
or
want
something
to.
has passed.
Someone might want to stay up through the night, just make sure no one tries to come in.
True.
I can hold that though.
It seems like you got your book to work.
You don't know
Maybe?
that, Tate.
Oh, I wouldn't know that. I'm tired.
You don't know that.
Well then, do I notice he was messing with the book, or did he pack it away?
Did you pack it away, Lamb?
Well, no, the book's just sitting there open on the table.
Okay, then you saw him have it out,
Okay.
and he was looking through books, but no, you didn't see him necessarily do anything.
I look at the book, back at him, back at the book. What did they even teach you? You're reading a blank book.
Speaking of, do you still have that one in your bag?
Yes.
The one you gave me? Yeah. Why?
The one from the gauntlet?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I reach into my bag and pull out the book. Magic book. And I do know I already had that, Marcus. It's in my inventory.
Okay.
At which point I'm gonna try, and I know it's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try the I'm wearing my spectacles thing again. Or rather, I'm thinking it's probably not going to work.
Alright. You write it into that one, and the ink seeps in.
I just hold my hands up in victory. I think I got it!
God. What? I thought these were regular books, like diaries.
No. I'm gonna hand him the one on magical items. Probably flip to at least the start of the page on that one. Read this and it should make a bit more sense. Anyway, if the other two are up in the dining area when you get there, tell them to come down to me.
Down. They're downstairs. You guys are upstairs.
Oh, the library's upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's upstairs except for the map, which isn't usable yet.
Yeah, I thought it was the rooms in the dining room upstairs.
Nope. The
I just
rooms
got that
are up.
backwards.
The rooms are upstairs.
Yeah,
And
the
so is
rooms
the
I knew
library.
100% were upstairs.
Right. The dining room is downstairs.
Okay, yeah, in that case, if the other two are in the dining area, tell them to come up to me. If you please.
Do you do that, Tate?
Yeah, I can go do that.
Alright, you rush downstairs and you get to where Lamb and Demois are.
I teleported!
No. Guys, Perthros sent me to get you guys. He seems to have made a discovery about the books we got from the gauntlet.
This rings a bell for you, Demois. It seems that he must have figured something out.
Ah, I see. We shall. Lead the way.
Roger.
Noah, do you go with him?
I will go as well.
Alright, you guys rush upstairs and you get back to the library. And there's Lamb at his table with his books.
Avinia said that you discovered something about the book. What did you find out?
Oh, didn't hear you guys come in. I think I figured out how to turn them on, so to speak.
Yeah, he wrote something in the book and the ink disappeared.
Anyway, it worked for me and him, but I don't know if it's gonna work for yours, but we might as well give it a shot.
What would that be?
So, just in your book at some point, write, "I'm wearing my spectacles." That apparently worked for me. But, well, it took me about 2-3 hours to figure that much out. Other than that, I don't know if nothing seems to have happened yet with mine.
Maybe we need to get some kind of spectacles
Maybe.
to read it.
I don't know, there's a whole number of things that we could need now.
Very interesting. Oh, I'll definitely. I'll grab another pen from in the room and write it on my in my notebook.
You write it in yours, and the ink sinks into the book.
It seems to have worked. Good to know.
Do you do this as well, Noah?
I will wait on this one.
You're
I
gonna
figured.
wait?
I saw that coming.
Alright. It is getting late for your guys' characters, so you probably are getting tired at this point.
I love how Marcus made the distinction about the characters being tired.
Yeah.
Avina's gonna yawn. Be like, alright, we can mess around with this tomorrow. I think we have more than one day here. We will need to appoint somebody on guard duty, as Berthros said.
I'm already offering to take that position.
Oh,
You're gonna
really?
stay up the whole night?
At least
We'll have
I'm gonna
to-
try
we'll have to
and
trade
stay up
shifts.
until everyone wakes up.
We'll have to trade shifts, I think, would be the best course of action for
Well,
that.
Base.
Eventually, we could just try to do a 4-hour quote-unquote shift, where everyone switches, or people switch beds every 4 hours. But I don't know.
Based on the present, the magical presence that I felt, I don't feel like there will be any need for that. But if you wish to do that, we can.
Well, worst case, we're just a bit jet lagged. And yes, I know that wouldn't be a word that any of us actually know. I just can't think of a better term.
Sure. I just find it funny that you guys are inside of a massive mansion and you're like, we need to set up shifts to make sure no one breaks in.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not worried about it.
I think I'm the one who's like most kind of freaked out about this shit, but
Anyway, so you guys go to your beds. You watch the
Me
night.
and Lamb
Do you
aren't used to sleeping in luxury.
Do you intend to swap out at any time, or what's going to be the idea here?
I guess.
Pull an all-nighter, and then when they wake up, you're going to go to sleep, or you're going to swap out
Yeah,
with
that was-
someone?
That was kind of my plan, was crash once everyone wakes up.
I'm gonna
Alright.
get up about 2 hours in and find Lamb and wrapped in. Can I take that blanket outside of the room, or does it disappear? The
You
silk
could-
one.
First off, if you're going to try and wake up 2 hours into sleeping, roll me a wake up.
Wake up. Grab a
Roll me
blanket
like a
and wake up?
willpower to make yourself wake up.
Yeah, willpower.
No, you're asleep.
11.
Yeah, you're asleep. It's only 2 hours.
I know. I don't want to.
Also, your character doesn't have a clock. Your character
You're
doesn't
still
have
in
a
REM
clock.
sleep, bro.
True.
So, Jared, roll me a fortitude for Lamb.
Add a 2 to that.
16.
You're able to stay up for 6 hours. Now you could rotate. Go ahead and roll your willpower now to wake up. There's no way you can fuck up this one. Oh, look at
No.
that! You wake up.
It almost rolled on a wall.
I was waiting for you to roll one.
It
man.
almost rolled to it. Alright, I am gonna wake up and I am gonna go find Lamb. Perthros. And I'm gonna have the blanket wrapped around me. I'm gonna be like, you've been up for a while. I think it's time to trade shifts, or I realize we're in a house. I don't think we really need to worry about it.
I don't think we need to worry about it too bad. I just figured that it's best if we are prepared. But
True.
yeah, I
What
should
is
go
your-
sleep.
Tate, what's your character wearing in terms of this now? Compared to how
pretty
she
much
used to.
E.
I know, but I said
Same-
when she
Same
used to.
clothing.
Okay.
It just feels a lot looser in certain areas and more compact in others.
So you swap out with Lamb?
I mainly am gonna just basically be like, we should probably head to bed.
At this point, Lamb, it probably sounds good to your character because of how tired he would be. Having been
Yeah,
up
no,
an
I was-
additional 6.
I was actually going to have him go to sleep after 6 either way, which is hilarious.
And
But it's like,
before
at this
we,
point, I just physically look exhausted. Like, my character's just drooping and slumping everywhere.
But you should come to my bed.
No, we've already talked about this. And now is not the
No.
time.
At that point, I'll walk down the stairwell.
Roll me a will to wake up.
Okay.
I already know you made it. I know what your thing
Okay.
is. Alright, you wake yourself up.
I'll go downstairs. Alright. Yeah, I'll get some shit out. I'll take the shit from here.
Right. Sorry about that.
It's all good. I'll just go grab me something to eat while I'm up.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go grab something to eat at that point too, because I kind of skipped out on meals for a while.
At the mention of food, Tate, your character is also very hungry because you also skipped out on food.
Which means Dwayne's probably hungry.
So do you head outside to go grab a
I
rock
didn't really
real
skip
quick?
out on food. I ate while I was in the room. That was a while ago.
Yeah, and then you guys stayed up, and then Demois and Noah went downstairs and ate supper, and you and Lamb stayed in the library reading, and
Yeah,
then you
y'all-
went down and grabbed them, but you didn't eat at that time.
Yeah, y'all really didn't eat really yesterday.
I'm gonna head to the room, but I have a thought. I'm gonna pull out little Dwayne and I'm gonna carry little Dwayne into the room too. I was like, okay, little Dwayne, if you're hungry, think of something.
All right, so you carry him into the room, and once again, there's the plates with their coverings for you.
Okay. Is there another plate with a rock on it?
Every chair always has a plate. The moment there's no one in the room, it's like the room reset. So as long as there's people in the room, it's not that there's a plate every time you walk in. It's just every seat has a plate, and it's as if when you pick up the thing, the food is there.
Okay. So I sit down at mine, and I pick my plate. I open mine.
And the food you would want to eat is there.
And
Same with Demois, and same with Lamb. As far as Dwayne, how are you going to try and do this?
I'm gonna try and have the rock lift the plate off.
How?
I don't
Does the rock
know.
even lift?
You could put the rock in your hand and put it on the cover, and have the rock mostly touching the cover.
While you're trying to do what you're trying to do, Tate, however you manage to do it, when you open the lid, there's nothing on the plate.
Got to be kidding me. This is proving that I can't be crazy. Little Dwayne is totally talking to me. This room is lying to everybody.
In your head, you hear, or coming out of Dwayne, you hear, just go outside and get me something.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping the
I
room
want a
was-
bigger meal this time, though.
He wants two rocks.
You always want a bigger meal. Wait a second. I'm gonna eat my food, and then I'm gonna move over to another plate, and I'm going to. He said, I wouldn't know that though physically. I'm just gonna head outside. I'm getting tired. I was thinking if I think of rocks, it's gonna spawn rocks.
It's not what you think of necessarily.
Yeah, because my character doesn't know that that's how that works.
That's not how it works.
Damn. I'm gonna head outside to get some rocks.
Nice try, though.
Yeah, nice try though. So you go outside
Trying to
before
break
eating
your
or
mental
after
mansion.
eating?
After.
All right, so the three of you sit and eat. Do either of the three of you want to talk about anything in game or no?
I say that I would just get information about the book while he's still awake from him.
Do you have a
I
specific
learned-
spot you'd like to sit? This is important.
I guess near the window, or if there is a window. Is there a window in here?
All right, I'd assume that's the seating order.
Yeah.
So you're talking to Perthros about the book. And Avina, you get done eating while they're sitting there talking, and you're eating and they're eating, and you're probably not doing too much of the conversation because they're more about the book than you are, and you're still probably a
Yep.
little groggy. And then you can still hear Dwayne going, "Please go outside. Please take me out there."
Yeah.
You're pretty well done with your food at this point, but he's still asking you to take him outside.
I do head outside. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm gonna head outside and feed my pet rock.
I'm completely ignore him.
Right, yeah.
Roll me a willpower when you go outside, Tate.
$15.
What was that? 1? Okay.
15.
For the sake of ending the stream / recordings, you head on outside. And you, well, first, what rocks do you find?
Same thing as before. 2 rocks half the size of Dwayne.
Alright, so you find those, you put them into your bag with Dwayne. Your backpack's getting quite a bit heavier at this point.
Yeah, I know.
So to say. You've now got roughly the weight of 3 Dwaynes. He's almost about double the size he used to be. And when I say almost, he is basically double the size he used to be. And then you just put the equivalent
Before I
of
put
1.
him away, I know. Before I put him away, I'm gonna be like, "You're getting a little big, Dwayne. It's about time you grew some legs or something."
You call me fat?
No, I'm saying.
How
you're
dare
going
you,
to
at
a
least-
big, healthy rock.
You know what? You need to put a little bit of meat on yourself.
I'm just saying you're growing into a big, healthy rock.
Yeah,
Maybe
whatever.
you should try eating some rocks, motherfucker.
So then you put him away?
I'm like, yeah. Do you need any snacks for later?
Maybe. I'll ask when I know.
All right, little Dwayne. Did you need a? I can grab you one of these cars or something. I'm not sure how you work. I'm really tired.
In the end, Tate, you put him away with the 2 rocks.
Okay.
Your character brings her hand out and realizes that the dice bag is on her hand. You don't know how it got there, but it's on. It's over it. And you pull it off. Roll me a d12. Unless you want to do the whole concentration thing, because at this point your character would probably know what's going on and being like, okay, I'll do what he told me to do and I'll concentrate. Do you want to do that? Tate?
Hold on. I gotta see. I haven't done a 4.
I know, I don't necessarily have that ready to go for you yet. I mean, I can, it's just...
Okay.
I'm just
I
asking,
do want my
do you want to do the concentration check to try and get the dice, and then do a concentration check to try and roll the number so that you can
yes.
go back to being the female that you once were?
Not that. I do want to roll. I want to try and focus on getting the face modification mouth.
Okay. Roll me a concentration
guy
check.
right Considering my debuffs are gone for the day since it's 24. It's been enough time. Hell yeah, 20.
With what?
on the
No.
Huh?
What's your concentration with that?
to get an 8 on the D12.
No. Tate,
Oh,
what is your skill concentration modifier?
oh. +1.
So 21?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going for an 8?
Yep.
Alright, you're able to affect the roll and acquire an 8 instead of the 4. Now, again, roll a concentration check. And then roll a d10.
Shit. I got a 4. I got a 1.
Even with all the concentration in the world, you just couldn't quite concentrate on the dice. And when you let it go, you just kind of let it go and let it do its thing. You don't notice any necessary change.
Oh, okay.
Do you head back in?
Yes.
Do you go back to your teammates that were eating, or do you just go straight to bed?
I head back to my teammate that were eating.
All right, he walks into the dining room behind you. The two of you hear someone walk in behind you.
Look over towards his way.
Yeah, I'll at least look at the door. I might not really acknowledge him much more, though.
All right, he walks in and give me 1 second. I'm gonna ask something real quick.
Okay. Thank you.
How do you comment on your stream, Tate?
What do you mean?
How do you write comments on your stream?
What do you mean comments? Like chat?
Yeah, I don't see it.
There should be a thing in the upper right that looks like an arrow. Click that and that should extend chat so long as you have Twitch in a full window.
It wasn't in a full window, that's why.
Yeah, Twitch is picky like that.
Wait, Marcus, have you not been in his chat this entire time?
No, I haven't. But I just typed into Tate's thing. I need someone from Tate's chat that's watching it. I need a color, an animal, and a shape.
Winky, this is on you.
Doesn't have to be on like.
Not Winky. Rules are no fellow players.
Yeah, no shit, or else I would have already put something in.
Hi, Bear.
Indeed.
Well, looks like Mason's responding to you there, Marcus.
A sheep.
roll.
This room has a lot of paintings on the ceiling, by the way.
All right, I see a list. What you see before you, as he walks in, is new. He's totally the same as when he left the room, except he has new eyes. He has eyes as large as essentially giraffe eyes that are orange in color, and the retina is a hexagon shape instead of a circle. Tate, write down that you have orange hexagon giraffe eyes.
No.
Yes.
Please tell me I'm just hallucinating this.
We've had one once a week. It's becoming too common. I even did 2 today.
Yeah, I
Of
know.
my own.
And yet, here we are.
That is so.
So
unfair.
speaking of, with
I
my
can have
rod,
control of
does
that.
it just
You haven't-
activate on every new day or every time I wake up?
You haven't felt a pull. Tate didn't feel a pull for it until he went outside.
Well, okay. I was more asking for future reference, but okay.
Right. As far as that goes, though, that I'm not going to reveal. All I'm revealing is that Tate
enough.
didn't feel a pull for the dice until he went outside.
Hey, Lamb, you might want to make this connection with your rod as well, because this has happened to you multiple times with you stepping outside and then having to fucking roll.
Say that again?
You may want to make this connection with your rod as well, because you've stepped outside multiple times in the past and had to roll.
Yeah, but right now my guy's fucking exhausted as shit. So he's
I
just
don't
gonna
think
go to
that's the
sleep.
connection that you're thinking of. It has more to do
No, I'm
with this
aware.
place.
Yeah, more has to do with the house, and I'm aware of that. But
Upon seeing this, you rolled the dice again, didn't you?
oh, great! So I'm not just hallucinating this.
You could
Unfortunately,
say that,
no.
I guess.
I told you to be wary of throwing the dice.
Unfortunately,
It kinda
I'm
does it
starting
on
to
its
get the
own.
feeling that's not entirely up to us. Or else we wouldn't use the stupid things.
Maybe we should try to find some books on maybe how to prevent that from happening tomorrow.
Yeah. Point in case.
And with that, we will end this session with Kelb and Jared setting up camp with Gnome on their second day. Tate's character having gained orange hexagon giraffe eyes when stepping outside the house, and everyone learning a little bit about the world and themselves and Tate.
I'm
Learned
being
a lot.
annoyed.
Learned a lot about Tate.
Yeah.
So that's it. You can wrap up.